Hi guys, good morning. Today is Thursday, November 7th, 2024, and we are smack in the middle of the greatest story Hashem ever told. I'm just going to wait a minute for people. I'm gonna close the shade. The sun is so beautiful. It's coming up now, but it is blinding me. Okay. Okay, choice times. Hi, thank you for coming. Hi, Steve. Let's give it another minute. I'm sure everybody's tired. It's been a long week, but a great week. Hi, Karina. Hi, guys. Okay, so let's begin. I want to start out with my feelings about the events of this week. It's really nice to be arrived and landed on the other side of this election. Hi, Ruthie. There was a lot of, anxiety, anticipation. We didn't know how the white hats were going to script this one, and there was a lot of dread on my part if the movie was going to continue in the direction of trying to wake the masses and having, Kamala win and still being on that timeline. Thank God we shifted tracks to another timeline. Thank God. Thank you, Hashem, for that. That, our boy Donald Trump is back. He's back. He's in the office. It seems to be pretty uncontested. It seems to be that we switched gears into a higher phase of the White Hat plan, where I think it's go time. Ruthie just texted me. I'm going to read it out loud. The latest Gintel for last night. This is what's going on behind the scenes. Remember, we told you last night that all of the top military generals were flown to the Pentagon on the night of the election, and they arrived there at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The latest juicy detail from our military contacts report that JFK Jr. was present at that meeting, where all the top military generals were briefed and got the order. When asked if this information could be shared, he expressly said, yes, yes, because literally all of the military boards are talking about it. JFK Jr. was seen in person on the premises by those military responsible for guarding and securing the Pentagon, and they are all very excited. So hopefully this event happens soon, because that'll be so exciting. And that'll really continue to unfold the highest timeline of Geula B'Rachman, where everything is just fun and exciting from here on in. And we avert any major catastrophes, and we don't have to go down that road. If it could all just be benachas, that'd be nice. The morning after the election, you guys who are on my chat, you know how I was feeling. I was feeling like this letdown, like blah, like not excited. And I'm kind of used to it, because I'm usually feeling the opposite. Whatever the rest of the normal people are feeling, I usually am feeling the opposite. And everybody was so happy and telling me, Gila, are you so happy? Like everybody at the office. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. And I was asking everybody that I check in with, I was asking like my sister Miriam, I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why am I like not happy? Why am I not exuberant? Asked Ani, asked a few people. It's like I had to explain myself to me. Asked on my chat, and I got a lot of wonderful answers. And then the answer itself came to me, it like landed in my consciousness. Why? And I realized that what's wrong with me is that I'm impatient. I am so impatient right now. I'm just impatient. Everything, that good thing that comes in, I'm like, okay, next. I want the next good thing. Trump wins, next. JFK Jr. comes out to reveals himself. Okay, next. What do I want? What's the thing that's going to satisfy my soul? We know who Mashiach is. Like, what, why isn't that enough for me right now? Like, am I greedy? Is something wrong with me? Like, I was really having this question inside me. Like, what is the matter? And I realized Irma gave me this answer. Not only am I waiting for Hashem's greatest reveal, what am I impatient for? I'm impatient for the reveal of Hashem, which I don't even know what that means or how that's going to look or feel or manifest. None of us do. But my consciousness keeps coming back to that Rashi that says, "V'atayel imachem ke'echad mikem, v'hisalachti b'sochachem," in Parshas Devarim, I think it is, where Rashi told us, I'm going to hold Rashi to this, that Hashem promises to walk atayel, to walk with us in the garden. And this is what I'm impatient for. And Irma said, we don't want it today. We want it yesterday. I want it yesterday. Because even with all this good stuff happening around us, I still feel a profound loneliness. A profound loneliness that I know will not be filled until I walk with Hashem in the garden again. But in the meantime, let all the good things keep rolling in. The most amazing thing to witness right now, if I had to pick the top thing, is to witness how the Melech HaMashiach, who we found on the West Coast, long hair and tattoos, knows exactly what he needs to be doing right now. He knows exactly what he needs to be doing. He's writing a sefer of art, of Hashem's art, of the Torah of Atzilus. He's bringing down. He's manifesting this download that he got at 22 years old, this massive download of the Torah of Atzilus, the Torah that's higher than the Torah that we hold, the Torah of Bria. He spent 10 years writing a book, 10 years manifesting, decoding the Torah of Atzilus. This is the Torah of Atzilus. You too can have it. It's on bookbaby.com. And what's amazing to me is that his soul knows. Rabbi Gozlan has said, his soul will know exactly what to do. He knew, Rabbi YIRAH knew when to fast, for how long to fast. How does he know? I don't know. How does he know? Where did he get this sefer from? I don't know. He doesn't say. But it's amazing to see how his soul is coded in. It's coded with the instructions. And he told me this very precious piece of information. He told me that when this book that he's manifesting right now in real time, and he's updating us on the chat with pictures as it gets manifested, when this book exists in this reality and gets incorporated into the timeline, it tracks us and locks us in for the Atika Kadisha timeline, the holiest and highest timeline with the fullest reveal of Hashem's glory, and no spark left behind. As somebody said in the comments a few videos ago, no spark left behind, Atika Kadisha timeline. And it kind of feels like we're on it. We're on it. Baruch Hashem, thank you Hashem. Because that timeline will bring us the most satisfying reveal of Hashem. We are longing and pining and waiting breathlessly for you, Hashem. Okay, you guys, let us begin. Let us begin. Let me just take a drink. אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. Okay, we are in our book, the Zohar and SHIRIM, Rabbi Moshe Miller, Alav Shalom, page 108, chapter 3. The third chapter of SHIRIM deals with the period of time spanning from the exile of Mitzrayim until the third Beis HaMikdash will be rebuilt, which is happening right now. Because we understand now that this is the third Beis HaMikdash is a manifestation of the letters of Hashem of Atzilus from the Atika Kadisha crown, the crown jewel, and that's exactly what's being taught by Reb Aleph every day, and it's exactly what's inside this book. And there's worksheets. I'm going to post the worksheets to Telegram. There's worksheets that you could work on to teach yourself the framework and the context of learning Aleph Beis in this new way. Page 112. Mitza'uni hashomrim hasovavim ba'ir es ha'ava nafshi re'isam. They found me. The watchmen patrolling the city. Did you see the one whom my soul loves? HaKadosh Baruch Hu made the holy city of Yerushalayim above in the heavens, just like the holy city of Yerushalayim below is made in this world. Commentaries explain that Yerushalayim above alludes to Gan Eden above in the world of Berea, and Yerushalayim below alludes to Gan Eden below in the world of Asiya, where we are, which is similar in design to the Gan Eden above, with walls, towers, gates, barring entry to those who do not belong there. And on those walls, in the towers, are sentries who guard the gates. As the pasuk states, upon your walls, O Yerushalayim, I placed sentries, Yeshayahu 62:6. Those sentries who are guarding the gates of Yerushalayim above are under the authority of the Kohen Gadol. Who is the Kohen Gadol up there? The Malach Michael. When the soul leaves this world, if it is worthy, it ascends to Gan Eden of this world that HaKadosh Baruch Hu planted for the Ruchos. This is like Gan Eden above. It is there in Gan Eden that all the tzaddikim from this world dwell. When your soul leaves this world, she first passes through Ma'aras HaMachpelah, through the cave of the patriarchs in Hebron. This is the migration of the soul after it leaves the body. This is where the gate to Gan Eden is situated. Guys, this is priceless information. This is geographic information. And there, what happens to your soul? Your soul meets Adam, and the Avos, the forefathers. If she, your soul, is worthy, they rejoice in that soul and open the gate for her. But if not, she is rejected. And what does she say if she is rejected? They found me out. They discerned I was not yet worthy of entering that holy place. The watchmen patrolling the city. That soul, what happens then? That soul then leaves. Now, before it came into this world, a light was placed above its head. As the pasuk states, his candle would shine over my head, and I could walk in darkness by his light. I could have navigated this dark world with that light that Hashem placed over my head, that he provided me. Thus, when the soul gets rejected at the gate, all those souls in Gan Eden who see the soul are astounded and say, is this Naomi? Ruth 120, to which the soul replies, do not call me Naomi, which means pleasant, but Mara, which means bitter. I went to that place, this world. We came down here fully equipped, but I returned empty handed, without Torah and without good deeds. And so I was turned away at the gates. But if the soul is worthy, it enters Gan Eden and is clothed in an ethereal body, similar to the form of the body, as that body purified and sanctified in this world. And there it experiences the spiritual bliss and delights of Gan Eden, commensurate with the spiritual level it achieved in this world. That is foundational, you guys. Commensurate, that word commensurate, equal, whatever you achieve down here is going to be your Karen Kayemet Leolam Haba. It's going to flower and bud and blossom and be exactly equivalent. And from there, the soul ascends level to level. That's the game, you guys. This is the game explained. Page 121. השפעתי אתכם בנוס ירושלים בצבאות או באיילות הסודה אם תאירו ואם תאורו אס האהבה עד שתחפץ, daughters of Yerushalayim. You must make your vows by the gazelles or the hinds of the fields, that you not arouse nor stir up the love until he shall so please. There is fear of one sort and there is fear of another sort. There is love of one sort and there is love of another sort. One sort of fear is when a person fears that if he sins, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will diminish his possessions because of his transgressions. Another sort of fear is that if he sins, his offspring will pass on in his lifetime. And so again, he is careful not to sin. Accordingly, if either of these events take place, if his possessions were diminished, or if one of his offspring, God forbid, would pass away, he would no longer have the fear, since what he most feared has already come to be. Similarly, when a person's love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu is because he blessed him with children or wealth or both, then if his possessions were diminished or one of his offspring would pass away, would his love not be diminished too? Such fear and love are not comparable to true fear and awe and love of Hashem, since their basis is merely in the person's own interest and benefit. But real awe and real love are felt when circumstances are either good or bad, since the person is not worshiping God based on reward or punishment, but rather just simply for the sake of serving Hashem. It is for this reason that the former types of fear and love are referred to as fear and love on condition of reward. Almanas lekabel pras. It is for this reason that HaKadosh Baruch Hu states, daughters of Yerushalayim, you must make your vows that you not arouse nor stir up love that is incomplete or self-seeking in any way. But we must only arouse that love that displays total willingness and commitment with an inner love and desire for me through the Torah and mitzvos, which is unconditional love. Page 145. And this was a page that Rabbi YIRAH told me to go to because Rebbetzin Rose had also ordered this book. And I guess he leaped through it because he goes, go to page 145. And here's what 145 says about from the daughters of Yerushalayim above. These are the souls that have been deemed worthy of entering Yerushalayim above, and are therefore called the daughters of Yerushalayim above. The daughters of Yerushalayim above are souls that did right in this world, came to love Hashem through his Torah and his mitzvos, and therefore earned the reward on the other side. These souls have achieved the level of what? YIRAH Shalema. YIRAH Shalema. Complete or perfect awe. And the word Yerushalayim is the illusion, the combination of these two words, YIRAH and Shalema, equals Yerushalayim. And this gives us its true meaning. Elsewhere in the Zohar, it explains that the daughters of Yerushalayim are the souls of tzaddikim who receive their vitality from Yerushalayim above. Some commentaries explain that these are the souls who never descended into bodies in this world. Page 149. Sena ure'ena. Benos Tzion ba'melech Shalom ba'atorah she'itra lo imo b'yom chasunaso b'yom simchas libo. Come out now and see, O daughters of Tzion, the king of peace with his crown, that his mother gave him on the day of his wedding, the day of joy in his heart. Come now and see. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai taught. In the future, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will make us a chuppah, a wedding, in Yerushalayim, for all those who are worthy. As the pasuk states, the sound of joy and the sound of gladness, the sound of the groom and the sound of the bride. Kol sason v'kol simcha, kol chasan v'kol kala. When the Jewish people return to the king, when the queen returns to the king, he will make her a wedding. And this is the meaning of Tzena ure'ena benos Tzion. B'yom chasunaso b'yom simchas libo. On the day of his wedding was the day the Torah was given. The pasuk states that the Torah that Moshe commanded us, Morasha Kehilas Yaakov. On the word Morasha, the sages comment, do not read it Morasha, but read it Me'urasa, betrothed. The day of joy in his heart, Yom Simchas Libo, the joy in Hashem's heart. What day is that? Was the day in which the Beis HaMikdash will be built. May it be rebuilt speedily in our days. Zohar 1:21 to 15a. Okay, that was it, you guys. Let's go to the notes of Rabbi Gozlan. How you guys doing? Yeah. Powell. I don't know how to say your last name. Sewell. Powell Sewell just made a comment. We're going to share the comment. Trump is a prepper way for Mashiach coming. And you just reminded me of something else I wanted to talk about. I saw a video late last night. I'm going to share it to the chat today. It was this rabbi talking on the streets of Yerushalayim. It's a 12-minute video, and he was saying he saw a medrash. He learned of a medrash where the Melech of Edom, the king of Edom, and we all by now know who that is, the king of Edom, who has just been put back on his seat, will put a crown on the head of the Melech HaMashiach. And I think by now we can all visualize in our heads how that will look and who those two people will be. And what a gift from Hashem that is. Thank you, Hashem. Okay. Rabbi Gozlan says, Avraham Avinu is called the Baal Hashemayim, the owner of the heavens. Why? Because Avraham Avinu had a reverential love, the love that we just spoke about in the book, had a reverential love for Hashem. He had YIRAH Shalema. I just had a thought. Anywhere you are, you can be in Yerushalayim. If you have in your heart YIRAH Shalema, complete reverential love for Hashem, you can be in Yerushalayim anywhere. So even without the Torah, Avraham Avinu was able to write the Sefer HaYetzirah. Guess what? We are all children of Avraham Avinu, of Abraham, and we can emulate him, model ourselves after him, teach others around us to leave the ways of idolatry. Pursuing justice is akin to pursuing Hashem. What is justice? Asked Rabbi Gozlan. It's not the court systems. The definition in Kabbalah of justice is, you guys can guess this by now, the dedication of justice, according to the Zohar, is to dedicate yourself to studying the secrets of heaven, to approach Hashem and to know Hashem. This is the only way. And once you have grown to know Hashem, you develop Yiras Hashem, the Yirah Shalema. And then you manifest that reverential love here on earth. Rabbi Gozlan said, even if you were conceived by impure parents with impure sexual relationships, it doesn't matter. The secret of heavens will purify your soul, which is exactly what happened with Abraham and Sarah Imenu. Abraham came from the greatest idol worshippers. His parents were impure. Rabbi Gozlan said, follow their pattern, their formula. Seek Hashem, discover Hashem, know Hashem, and then spread it. Do your best to spread it. Because we descend from them. We carry their DNA, which has the capacity to rise to the highest degrees of sanctity, of Kedusha. This force has been recorded in our DNA. Avraham Avinu came from idolaters, and he reached the highest level, and so can we. A question to Rabbi Gozlan: can you give the definition of dveikus, of clinging to Hashem? He answered, it is not measured in meters, centimeters, kilometers. No. Closeness to Hashem is measured in affinity. If you guys remember the law of affinity. When we develop the same virtues as a Kadosh Baruch Hu, we achieve closeness, dveikus, to Hashem. And what are these virtues? The Yud Gimel Midos of Rachamim, the 13 attributes. Hashem, Hashem, El Rachum, V'chanu, Nerech Hapayim, V'rav Chesed, V'yemes, Notzer Chesed, Li'alavim, Nosei Avon, V'pesha, V'chata'a, V'nakeh. Look them up. Question: did Adam and Chava have free will? I didn't really understand the question so well, but the answer was, Rabbi Gozlan says, getting in with bad company can destroy your free will. Be very careful who you fall in line with. Chava did not hear the direct order from Hashem. Only Adam did. Only Adam heard the direct order not to eat from the tree. And the snake was a liar. The snake said, you're not allowed to even touch the tree. Be very careful who you rub shoulders with. You can be influenced to the point where you lose your free will. And that's very frightening. Our goal, Rabbi Gozlan said, is to recover the lost consciousness that we once had in Gan Eden. Okay, guys, let's finish off with a chapter of Sefer Chanoch, my favorite, my absolute favorite. We're up to chapter 28. Let's take a minute and call in Chanoch, Metatron. Okay. Chapter 28, the Irin and Kadishin. Rabbi Yishmael said, Metatron, the angel, the prince of presence, said to me, above all these, there are 4 great princes, Irin and Kadishin by name. High, honored, revered, beloved, wonderful, and glorious ones, greater than all the children of heaven. There is none like unto them among all the celestial princes, and none their equal among all the servants. For each one of them is equal to all the rest together, and their dwelling is over against the throne of glory, and their standing place over against the Holy One, blessed be He, so that the brilliance of their dwelling is a reflection of the brilliance of the throne of glory, and the splendor of their countenance is a reflection of the splendor of the Shekhinah. And they are glorified by the glory of the divine majesty, the Gevurah, and praised through the praise of the Shekhinah. And not only that, but the Holy One, blessed be He, does nothing in His world without first consulting with them. But after that, He doeth it, as it is written in Daniel 17. The sentence is by the decree of the Irin and the demand of the word of the Kadishin. The Irin are 2, and the Kadishin are 2. And how are they standing before the Holy One? It is to be understood that one ear is standing to the side and the other ear on the other side. And one Kaddish is on one side and the other Kaddish on the other side. And ever do they exalt the humble, and they abase to the ground those that are proud, and they exalt to the height those that are humble. And every day, as the Holy One, blessed be He, is sitting upon the throne of judgment and judges the world, and the books of the living and the books of the dead are open before Hashem, then all the children of heaven are standing before Him in fear, dread, awe, and trembling at that time when the Holy One, blessed be He, is sitting upon the throne of judgment to execute judgment. His garment is white as snow, the hair on his head as pure wool, and the whole of his cloak is like the shining light, and he is covered with righteousness all over as with a coat of mail. And those Irin and Kadishin are standing before him like court officers before the judge, and they raise and argue every case and close the case that comes before the Holy One, blessed be He, in judgment, according as it is written in Daniel 17. The sentence is by the decree of the Irin and the demand of the word of the Kadishin. Some of them argue, and others pass the sentence of the great Basin Shelmila and the Aravos. Some of them make the requests from before the divine majesty, and some of them close the cases before the Most High. Others finish by going down and confirming and executing the sentences on earth below, according as it is written, behold, an ear and a Kaddish came down from heaven and cried aloud and said thus, hew down the tree and cut off his branches, shake off his leaves and scatter his fruit, let the beasts get away from under it and the fowls from his branches. Why are they called Irin and Kadishin? By reason that they sanctify the body and the spirit with lashes of fire on the 3rd day of the judgment, as it is written, after 2 days. This is in Hosea 2. After 2 days will He revive us, and on the 3rd day He will raise us up, and we shall live before Him. It is getting so real, you guys, as I read this. As I read the Sefer Chanoch, it is coming to life in brand new ways. It is crazy. I hope you guys are feeling it too. It's like the ear incantation are super real right now. Ay. I know, Hiroko, there is a lot to digest from Rabbi YIRAH. A lot of holy information that he's sharing. And I'm so grateful that you guys are in that space with me, in that small group, in that phase 2 of the inner circle of the Melech HaMashiach right now. What a privilege. I don't know how we merited that one, but thank God. Have a wonderful, beautiful day, you guys, and may we continue to see miracles. I will see you on, what's today, Thursday? I'm going to see you again on Monday.